want to talk about a petty move, even for a politician, and politicians are notoriously petty. Listen to what we learned in this new scandal involving Christie. There's a Democratic mayor of Fort Lee, New Jersey, by the name of Mark Sokolik, and he actually declined to endorse Christie, who asked him to do just that in his re-election campaign for governor. Of course, as we all know by now, Christie won, but this guy abstained from endorsing Christie. Now that got under Christie's skin a little bit, so he decided to punish the mayor. Now, how exactly did he do that? He decided he was going to shut down 2 out of 3 access lanes from Fort Lee to the George Washington Bridge. Now understand, this is literally the busiest bridge in the country. And you can't just shut down 2 of 3 lanes and expect everything to go just peachy. Not how it works. But I don't even think Christie thought it would go peachy. I think it was the point that it was supposed to be mayhem. They say, quote, "The move created a horror story of traffic jams in Fort Lee the next day. The first day of school in the borough, with cars backed up into local streets." They go on to explain that 2 of the 3 lanes remained shut down for 5 straight days. Damn, that is some petty shit. Now get this, the Port Authority on the New York side wasn't even told in advance that the lanes would be shut down. And the Christie appointee who made the call has now stepped down since the scandal because there's been a lot of pressure on him and he doesn't know how to answer the questions. And he's still getting paid. I love that because that shows you, we all know how it went down. Christie said, look, you got to do this. I'm going to punish this guy. And the guy did it. And he said he probably had to tell him along the way, look, man, don't worry. Even if you have to step down, we'll pay you. Every single aspect of this story sounds so fishy, and it speaks volumes of Christie's character. Now, my favorite part about this, in a hearing about the incident, a representative of the Christie administration said they shut down the 2 lanes because of a traffic study. A traffic study. Interesting. Now, when officials were asked about that specific traffic study, the Port Authority officials on the New York side, they said, study? There is no study. I've never heard of that. So wait, stop and think about this. What Christie did was he seriously inconvenienced thousands of people because he got his little witty bitty feelings hurt. Which, by the way, is probably the only little witty bitty thing about Christie is his feelings. Everything else is rather large. Forgive me for saying that. But, dude, what are you doing? This is not how adults act. So a guy didn't endorse you. Who gives a shit? You still got reelected by 1 trillion percentage points. Get over it. But again, as somebody said on Twitter, this is such a fantastic point, man. Such a great point. They said, look at how he acted, spitefully and petty and childish in this scenario. What do you think this guy will do if he gets control of the NSA? I'll leave you with that thought. It wouldn't be pretty.